Welcome to another session of Passion to Profit Virtual Summit. I'm here with the lovely Miss Alexis Parris. Alex, you're welcome. Can I call you Alex?
Thanks. Yeah, it's fine. Sure.
So before we move on, let me first of all read out Alexis' bio. So Alexis Parris is 20 years old. She is the CEO of Anomalies at Work, an author, personal development speaker, and dancer. I like that. The mission of her company is to train, motivate, and equip students to live an abundant life. She has created over 200 videos, wow, on social media, spreading the message of personal development across the world. From being featured on radio shows to creating webinars, international summits, and courses, she is determined to spread her message. Because of her heart for people, Alexis is on an unstoppable mission to create a global impact and will continue to produce what is necessary to change millions of lives. I really like you. I really love your bio.
Thank you.
So, Alex, before we begin, could you please introduce yourself briefly apart from your bio? Just tell us a brief about yourself and what you do.
Sure. Well, thank you, Charles, for having me on here. I'm so happy to share my story, to share some wisdom with you guys, in the hopes of impacting people positively, and sharing just my experiences to help other people grow as well. So, hi everyone, I'm Alexis Parris, and as you heard in my bio, I am 20 years old, and all of the things I've done, I can really trace them all back to personal development. I discovered it when I was 19. I'm 20 now, but I discovered it when I was 19, when I was in the network marketing business. And the first book I read was The Compound Effect. And then from there, I just kept reading, I kept learning, I kept developing myself, and was really surprised to find out that it wasn't going to be taught in school ever, So I took it upon myself to teach people, to train, to get on video, and to share the message with a lot of people, with as many people as I can, especially young people, because they don't know where to look for it. But if you come into contact with me, I want you to know that you have access to it, that you can dominate in whatever professional field that you're in. So that's why I'm passionate about personal development, because it helped me clarify who I am, it helped me develop my confidence, it helped me clarify my mission, and I know it can help so many other people. So yeah, and then also the dancer piece, I've been dancing for 15 years.
Wow.
So that's my first love. Yeah, and I always try to incorporate that with all of the things that I do as well. So yeah.
Great. One thing strikes me about I was following you before I contacted you for the summit, that you were really passionate about what you were doing. And your passion was how would I put it now, what's this word? I've forgotten this word. You could influence people with your passion. Your passion was how would I put it, like a virus, positive virus spreading around. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could feel that your passion.
I said contagious, maybe the word.
Wait, could you hold on a minute?
Okay.
So, like I said, it seems that you're very passionate about what you do. Was it something inborn, or you just discovered it all of a sudden?
Well, dancing, I've done it since I was 5 years old, and so that's a gift I've developed for a long time. Personal development and speaking was not a gift that I had at all. Like, I was super introverted before personal development. Did not talk to people, was scared to introduce myself, could not look at people in the eye, but until I got comfortable, right? Until I got uncomfortable and I got on camera and I started teaching, that's when I was like, oh my goodness, I love inspiring people. I love teaching this content to people, because it's helping them, and it's also helping me grow speaker. But I really, really new. It's nothing that I've done for a whole lot of years. It's just from 19 to 20, I've been speaking. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So could you please tell us how you discovered your passion or your purpose for dancing and personal development and the rest?
Yes. So we all have natural gifts. We all have things that we do that come easily and naturally to us. And sometimes it's really easy to overlook them and not consider them a gift, right? But my mom was really the one who saw my gift at a very, very young age and put me in dance classes. And I was able to develop that gift over a long period of time. So once I developed that gift, I understood that it was a passion. It's something that people don't have to pay me for, and I'll still do it. You know, like I will continue to dance, I will continue to choreograph, whether people are paying me or not. If they pay me, it's a bonus, all right? But I'm going to continue to do it. And so, and anyone who's watching here, like you have natural things that come to you, you love doing, whether you get paid for it or not, and that's a gift, right? And it's your responsibility to develop it and use it to serve other people. Once you can figure out how to make that connection, then you find your purpose. It's like your purpose is your gift plus using it to serve people, right? So then, secondly, I found speaking, right? I discovered, like, wow, I was in a public speaking class, actually, my sophomore year of college. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. I was so excited. I'm pretty sure I was the only person in my class that was like super pumped, right? But I loved it. I loved, projecting and speaking to people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a gift. It comes naturally. And so I developed that one as well. And it became something that I'm passionate about, something that I will do, whether people pay me or not. Up until this point, I was speaking, all the videos that I've done that you mentioned in my bio, I didn't get paid for any of those videos. I was just speaking and teaching and training people, and that allowed me to develop that gift as well.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you for that. Could you tell us the steps we need to discover our passion? Because most of us are at loss on what our passion is, what we should focus on our passion, and how to discover our purpose. Could you please give us the step you followed to discover your passion or purpose?
Yeah. Okay, so for me, before, I would say one key ingredient to discover your purpose is that you have to do personal development. You have to do it. You have to develop your mind, your character, your skills, because I couldn't clearly define my purpose until I did that one thing, until I started reading books, until I started investing in myself to be in rooms with people who desire to have more in life, right? So that's definitely one thing that you need to do, right? You have to develop yourself. You have to become a relentless learner of personal development, of self-discovery. And that gives you the opportunity to learn so much more about who you are, right? As you read these books, as I was reading the books, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finding out so much about me. I'm finding out so many qualities I need to get rid of, right? So many qualities I need to add, so many qualities I need to sharpen, right? And so once you discover all of these things, it's like the purpose becomes clearer, right? But you have to develop yourself, or you'll never know what that purpose is, right? And so as you develop yourself, then you kind of see what you already have. You see what the things that you do that come naturally to you, that you enjoy doing. Or you can ask the people closest to you and say, oh my goodness, what am I good at? And most often than not, they'll be like, oh my goodness, you're so good at doing this thing. You're so good at designing websites. You're so good at speaking. You're so good at, building relationships or something, and you can kind of figure out what your giftings are by asking the closest people to you as well. Because sometimes we honestly don't know. Sometimes we feel like, oh my gosh, I am not good at anything, right? And sometimes we're blind to it. But the people on the outside can really tell you, because they're not the one in the frame, right? So I would say number one, you need to develop yourself. And number two, figure out what your giftings are. And then number three, find a way to use all of that to serve other people. The way to become wealthy, the way to live an abundant life is to serve other people, to see how your gifts can advance other people, to see how they can advance other people's businesses, ideas, their projects, right? How can you contribute to other people's lives to make their lives better? I think it was Will Smith who said, if you're not spending your time making someone else's life better, you're wasting your time, right? So you have to use what you have. You have to use what you've been given to advance other people.
Could you summarize everything, the 1, 2, 3 steps you just mentioned?
Okay, what did it say? Number 1, you have to develop yourself personally, right? Read some books, right? Read some books. If there's any young people on here, I understand that sometimes school's like, oh my gosh, I hate reading. Right? But you have to read the books. Leaders are readers, right? Any successful person reads books, and they read them multiple times over and over again. If not, get like Audible, and you can just audibly listen to them. That's what I do. I prefer the Audible method, right? But develop yourself personally by reading books. Number 2, discover what your gifts are. Figure out what them are. If you don't know what they are, ask the people closest to you. And number 3, figure out how you can use them to serve other people, right? When you do those 3 things combined, your purpose will become a lot clearer.
Okay, thank you. There was something I loved about what you said, as in personal development. A lot of people out there don't know what personal development means. Could you please explain to us what it is?
Yeah, sure. So if you go to Google, right, and you type in, if you go to Google and you type in personal development, it gives you like this long definition of like self-discovery used to reach your achievements and things like this. But basically what personal development is that you're developing yourself so much so that you can become the person that your future requires, right? Like if you have this big dream, this big goal to be this amazing individual or to have all of these things, you cannot remain the same person that you are right now. Like growth is required and growth is necessary. And how do you do that? You read books, you invest in yourself, you actually, pay money to learn, right? To be in rooms of people that value more in life, right? And that whole process of personal development, of self-discovery allows you the opportunity to get to your overall dream or your goal or your vision. If you skip personal development, you're not going to get there. Like without it, like you're not going to get there. You wonder why, people who go to school for years and years and years, they have masters on top of masters and masters, and they're miserable, right? Because they never developed themselves. They never took the time to figure out who they actually are, where they actually passionate about, where their skills. They never developed them enough to actually live the dream life that they dreamed of when they were little, right? Sometimes people grow up and they have all these experiences and they forget to dream, they forget to envision the things that they want. And sometimes it feels like it's so far off. But if you just develop yourself, then it's not as far as you think.
Okay. I could thank you, Alexis.
Did that help?
Of course it did. I could relate to what you were saying about personal development because there was a time when I didn't even really know what I was doing, and I was doing everything, anything my hand could lay on, I was good at it, and I was doing it until it got to a certain point in my life that I had to like figure out what I really wanted. And personal development, I have not heard that word before until I came across an author on a book I read. He said something about personal development. I was like, it struck me then and there that I really needed to work on my personal development. Thank you for that, Alexis.
You're welcome.
So I'm curious to know, most of us, I'm asking like a newbie now, most of us don't know the correlation between personal development and discovering your passion or your purpose. What are these what is relationship?
Okay, so the relationship between personal development and discovering your passion, right? So I guess the best example or the best answer I could give you is using me as an example, right? So until I did not know I had a passion for speaking. Like if you asked me a year ago and you were like, do you like speak? And I'd be like, no, I hate speaking, right? Like I'm scared to speak in front of people, actually. right? But I wasn't able to understand that I had that passion until I developed myself, right? So if you don't know what your passions are, it's because you haven't developed yourself enough to figure out that you have some there, right? But once you, that's why I always say that personal development is the foundation. Once you have that foundation, then you start discovering all these passions that you have, right? But just like speaking requires a level of confidence. It requires a level of, security within yourself, a love for yourself in order to do it successfully. And I didn't have that until I developed myself, right? But after I developed myself and I had confidence, I securely loved who I was, I knew what I was talking about, then I said, oh my goodness, I'm passionate about speaking. So the correlation is that if you don't know what your passions are, you need to develop yourself. If you don't develop yourself, you won't be able to figure out what your passions are, because some of your passions require you to be a better version of who you are right now.
Okay. So we need to, before we think about discovering our purpose, that means we have to, first of all, we have to go through personal development. Is that right?
Yes, it's a requirement. You must.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that with us. We are about to round off. Could you summarize everything you just said in 2 minutes or thereabouts?
Okay, I will do my best. Okay, so, all right, so everyone, we all have aspirations, we all have dreams, we all have goals and visions. And in school, it's not clear that there's a key ingredient that's necessary for that to make a reality. But I'm telling you right now that the key ingredient, the necessary required ingredient in order to get to what you want is personal development. Like, it's necessary, like you have to grow, you have to become better, you have to be a better thinker, you have to know how to use your skills, you have to know how to relate with people, you need to develop your confidence, you have to develop the love that you have for yourself. All of this happens within personal development. Once you have this, then your dreams actually become a possibility. But without it, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so just develop yourself. Read some books, okay? And I'll give you the first one that I read, which is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Okay, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Okay, and that is a great place to start. Even if you're like, oh my goodness, who is that? If you want to read my book, you can as well. After I discovered my purpose, I understood that it was necessary for me to get on a specific path, on the path that my purpose required. And school wasn't part of the path, right? So then I wrote my book, Why I Quit College to Learn. And that's when I introduced personal development to people, because a lot of people don't know that it actually exists, right? So if you want to start there, you can as well. But you have to develop yourself in order to get to your goal and to your dream. And to discover your purpose, do 3 things. Develop yourself, right? Discover your gifts and use them to serve people. Okay? And your purpose will become a lot clearer.
Okay, thank you very much for that. One question before we leave.
Okay.
I'm a newbie now, and I want to discover my purpose and my passion. What advice would you give to me?
Okay. The advice I would give to you is, okay, if you seriously want to discover your purpose, you have to be super aware that there's going to be opposition and resistance, okay? Because once you take that task on, a lot is going to be required of you, and your environment has to change. It cannot stay the same, okay? And so there's 3 things that make up your environment. Your mind, the people that you surround yourself with, and your home. Okay, so your mind, in order to make sure that your environment is success-proof, you have to build your mind with the books, okay, with the books, okay, so you have to read. Secondly, the people that you surround yourself with, you have to surround yourself with people who are serious about fulfilling their purpose as well. If you have a whole bunch of people who don't care about their purpose, chances are you're going to get discouraged on your journey, right? So get rid of the negative people, get rid of the people that have no vision for life or don't want more in life, and get some friends, get some peers, maybe it's the authors of your books that want more in life, okay? And the last one is your home, right? What is in your home that's constantly reminding you of your goals and your dreams? Get a vision board. If you don't know what that is, that's basically like a board with pictures and images that remind you of what your goals and your dreams are. Some encouraging quotes when things get rough and tough. Okay, that will help you to keep going, right? Have things around your home to encourage you, to keep you focused on the life that you want to live. So that would be my advice, do those 3 things to secure an environment and just stay with it. Find people who will go with you on the journey as well. Connect with me, connect with Charles, right? Connect with people who are doing things that fulfill their own purpose, right? Because it'll encourage you to stay on the path as well.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I said was one last question, but you mentioned something that I need you to clarify for us. Vision board. A lot of us don't know what vision board is. So could you please tell us what vision board is all about?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So a vision board. Okay, this is very, very important, guys. It is like life-changing. Okay, so you have to take a moment, like if you've never done this before, like do it today, right? Take a moment and just close your eyes and kind of visualize what you want, what your best life looks like. Where do you want to live? Like, who are the people you want to have in your world? Do you want to be married? Do you want children, right? You want to vacation to certain places. What's the occupation or the company that you want to have? Visualize all these things and then get a board, like, a poster board that you do for like science projects and stuff, right? Get like a poster board and find images online that match what you saw in your mind, right? Get those images offline, put them on the poster board, and then put the poster board on a wall where you can see it every day. Maybe it's the back of your door. Maybe it's a wall in your room. Maybe it's in the living room, right? But put it somewhere where you can see it and you can look at it every day, because that's mind, right? And that's the most powerful part of our mind, actually, right? And there's stories where people have vision boards, right? And they put them away, they move, and then years later, they look at the vision board and everything has happened, right? Because they took a moment to actually visualize and put in picture form what they wanted. Right? If you don't know what you want, then chances are you're going to attract everything that you don't want. You never clarified what you actually wanted, right? So on the vision board, you're clarifying what you want, and you're visualizing it, you're reminding yourself of it, you're training your subconscious mind to say, hey, this is what I want and this is what I'm working towards. So vision boards are huge. I wish I could, like in this room right now, I have like 3 vision boards on the wall. I wish I could show you, but like I have so many. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to get up and show you. Okay, ready?
Please, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, so this is mine. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah. Then I have like a quote and some money. See, a book. That's before I published my book. I had book on there. Good health. Some good stuff. Lipstick, because I want some lipstick. Put whatever. Put whatever on there that you want, right? It's important to do that because it reminds you of the things that you want in life so you can begin to attract them. So get a vision board, do it ASAP.
Okay, great. And when you mentioned vision board, I remember when I started my vision board, it really helped me focus on the things I really needed the most, and it also made my life much more easier, so I could plan towards all those things. So, vision board is great for anybody starting anything, so you could be focused. Thank you very much, Alexis.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So we have come to the end of the session. Thank you very much, Alex, for joining us on some Passion to Profit Summit. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. And definitely connect with me outside of this. You know, I love connecting with young people. I love helping people along their journey. So find me on social media. I'm mostly on Facebook. But find me there. And if you have any other questions or anything like that, if you go to my website, you have access to my book automatically. You'll have like the free PDF version. If you just go to my website, alexisparris.com, and yeah, stay connected with me. I'd love to help you if you need any assistance on your journey.
Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you being here with us. Thank you very much.